welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips, and today we're going to be talking about how to remove and replace the fuel pump assembly on a 2005 Dodge Neon 2.0. Let's get started. To begin with, you're going to need obviously the fuel pump assembly, a mallet or a hammer and a flathead screwdriver that you can tap the fuel pump assembly to loosen it, to unscrew it out of the fuel tank. Then obviously you're going to need a ratchet set in case we need to lower the fuel tank. Okay, basically you want to jack the car up on the passenger side rear in case we need to drop the gas tank a little bit, and also gives you better access to the fuel pump. Good thing about the Neon, right here, if we go underneath, it's actually here on the side, on the passenger side. So if we come underneath, there it is right there. You've got your fuel pump and the pressure regulator right there. You can see here that they are connected. You've got your power going to the fuel pump, which I've already disconnected, which normally is plugging right in here. That's been taken off. You've got another power switch, or I'm sorry, not a switch, but a plug right here that goes to the fuel pressure regulator and filter, which is located right up here, the silver. And then right now we have the fuel line, which is going into it, that we're going to disconnect that, and that'll free up everything here so we can unscrew that. There's a better shot of it with the flash on. So let's see, here's your fuel line right here. It has two little clips that go onto the side of it. If you squeeze them and pull it, it should come right down. Let's see here. Right up there, you'll see them. The little blue knobs, those are what you're going to want to squeeze. And once you pull them in, that'll drop off. So let me go ahead and disconnect that. Okay, so I've loosened the fuel line here by squeezing in that clip. So now if we slide this down, that should come right down. Be careful, because there's going to be a little bit of fuel in that line that could spill. So just be careful here. Make sure you're not in the way of that. There we go. Let that drip a little bit. Should put a container under there to catch that. Alright, got to come in from the back to the fuel tank, which is right here, and you need to loosen this bolt, which is actually a 13 millimeter. I've already loosened it, so we'll take that off. Okay, and then move this here out of the way gently, because there's lines going into it, and you can see there's another bolt that's a 15 millimeter. So we're going to loosen that to remove this strap so we can drop this side of the fuel tank and get to the fuel pump. Alright, I'm here looking, and it looks like we're going to have to release both straps in order to get enough clearance to drop it. So after we take this one off, we're going to go ahead and loosen the other one. We don't need to take the other one completely off, just loosen it enough to give it some slack. There we go. There we go. Coming loose here. A couple more turns on this. We actually may have to wind up dropping it completely. Alright, there you go. Now we can get that turned out of there. Pull that out, put the new one in, reconnect everything. We should be good to go. So let's get the rubber mallet out and the flathead and give some taps on that to get it rotating. Alright. Okay, put that there. Right here. See that turning? It's loosening it up. Might be able to grab it now by hand. Turn it. There we go. Rotate that by hand. Alright, so that came off. Slide that down. There's your fuel pump assembly right here. So pull that. There we go. It's coming out. Still a little bit of fuel in there. Pull this thing out right here. And there's all of it. You can see it's pretty dirty. But that's it. That's the whole assembly. So now we removed it. Now to put the new one in. Okay, so on the fuel pump assembly, and this is not the new one. I had to put that one on. It was starting to rain, so I had to get that put back on. So I'm going to use the older one just to explain how it gets set up, and then we'll go back onto the vehicle. But here you have the fuel pump assembly. You have the rubber seal that goes on it. Now the seal needs to be put on where you have this lip goes up against this outer piece, and then you have, if you can see right here, there's kind of like a double wall that stays on the inside facing the fuel tank, so that way it can slide in and get a snug fit. So let's go ahead and slide this on. Okay, so the rubber seal has been put on. As you can see right there, you have that lip coming up here along the edge, and then this piece here will slide in, and then that will make it nice and snug inside the fuel tank. So as you put this in, since the new one's already in, I can't show this unfortunately, but you're going to drop it in on this angle going into the fuel tank, and you're going to have the fuel pressure regulator filter right here. You're going to have that piece right here, this piece here, where the fuel line connects, is going to be facing straight down. So your power right here, where you have the power connection, is going to be facing down, but slightly on a right angle like that. Okay, so let's go underneath and take a look. Okay, so here we are back underneath. The new fuel pump is put back in. Hand tighten this ring seal right here, screw that on by hand, and then take the rubber mallet screwdriver, give it a few taps just to tighten it up nice and snug, so that way it's solid. The fuel tank straps need to be put back in, so you'll need to raise that back into place, put the bolts back in, get that reconnected, and then you're ready to go. Next step now, as you can see here on the fuel pressure regulator filter, this blue clip, I had to take that off of the old one since the new one did not include that. Just take a screwdriver, you have to slide that over a little bit of a lip on there. Be very careful with it so you don't break it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the fuel line, we're going to reconnect that back up here. Just slide that in. Make sure you line it up with that, with the clip, so it'll slide right into place. So let me see, put this up here, take that up, there we go, there we go. You can see there it clicked in place. It's nice and solid. Next thing, you have the power that connects to the fuel pump. We're going to go ahead and slide that on until you hear it lock. You'll hear it click into place. There you go. And then you have the last connection that goes onto the actual fuel filter pressure regulator. So we'll take that, slide that on there. That's in place. So there's everything reconnected. Got everything tight. Just kind of double check everything, and you're good to go. Okay, thank you for watching. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. Please like the video, subscribe to this channel, send any comments or questions. I'll do my best with those. And thanks again for watching and for your support.